What's up, family? You're tuned in to Real Last Word Radio 104.1, your nightcap of comedy. My name is Ken Miller in the big chair tonight. Don't be shocked you're not hearing James John voice. James is out here cruising. He's out here doing I think it's Hawaii. I think he's cruising doing Hawaii comedy on the I don't what is it, Miguel? What ship
Norwegian.
was he on?
He's on
Norwegian.
Norwegian cruises, and
Yeah.
James Yon is their entertainment. I think it could have been a trick. I think they're gonna volcano sacrifice him. They
Yeah,
were
B.
like, James comes in
But
to do a show. It's nothing but like 30 people sitting in tuxedos, and they all have masks on, like eyes wide shut. He's like,
They're doing some
you
type
know,
of chant.
yeah. And then every time he says anything, they're like, you know, they bring him
that's funny.
7 white women to lay with him. He's like, I can't do any of this. And they're like, Carpe diem, Padre Nostrum. The payday killer, James.
Caught you. So James is out. Kaufman is probably just getting back now from Comic Con. So join the virtual studio with my comedy brothers, Miguel Galone Jr. What's up, my friend?
Man, I'm good. I am not cruising Hawaii on a Norwegian cruise, having the time of my life. I'm still doing bowling alleys and trap shows, and
I bees in the trap,
I
bro.
bees in the trap. I'm that dude who I hear somebody be like, "Yeah, I did the worst show ever. It was over at a dispensary / bowling alley," and I'm like, "That's crazy. Who books it?"
Yeah, man. I also joined the virtual studio as my other comedy brother, 1/3 of the Crown Royal Boys, Chris Alexander. What's up, Christopher?
How you guys doing? How you guys doing?
That's
Chris,
it,
hey,
huh?
That's it.
Yeah, we
That's
just
it.
talked about
that's all
this.
he do, bro.
We just
That's
talked. Chris,
all he
5
do,
more
bro.
words. 5 more words. Come on.
It's good to be here.
Nah. Well, I mean, you said so that counts.
You hit that with that
Hey,
Master B.
Yeah.
hey, man, hey, Miguel. Chris was hating hating the other day,
What'd he say?
That was hating.
and I told y'all if y'all been on Facebook, man, my son, I put this post about
Oh,
my
oh.
son. I said, hey, if this get 100 likes, my son got buy me an Xbox or a PlayStation, and my son actually bought me an Xbox Series X, bro.
That's
And
cool.
and I told Chris, and Chris is all hating, cause Chris buy me 2K every year, and I don't open it. I haven't opened none of them, Miguel. They
'Cause you can't play him?
no, because he bought it for the Xbox One. I just never opened them. Anything Chris gives me, I don't open. Chris got me comic books. I ain't read none of them. I ain't opened none of these games. So Chris like, oh, are you gonna open the little game your son bought you? I'm like, yeah, I'm playing now while I'm talking to your black ass. I ain't know Chris was a hater like
For
that,
like
bro.
5 minutes, then you put it
I
away.
legit play like 5 minutes, man. But
Hey,
if you
Chris, how old are your kids, man?
I got 11, a 14. So his birthday just passed. So 11, a 14, a 16, and 18.
Oh man, so Chris, yeah, your kids are getting up there too then. So
Yeah.
like they getting so what like
And see, my oldest got money, but see, like his son buy him an Xbox. My son won't even buy me freaking McDonald's. So it's
yeah,
like,
he's like, hey daddy, man, you want some McDonald's? Like, yeah, hey, fries, hey player.
just the fries. Just the fries.
Just the fries, dog.
yo, give my daddy a Happy Meal.
Yeah.
And with apple slices. His
Yeah.
He need
Give him
Your
apple
turn.
slices and the milk.
I don't want apple slices, but too bad. That's what you want to get.
Yeah,
All
man.
right.
So shout out to Junior, man. Junior got me that, and so I also went and I got a new TV because I needed one bad, and I was laughing because my wife was like, "Don't tell nobody," and I was like, "Why?" She said, "Because somebody might like break in the house and rob us." I was like, "How about they just not rob? Why am I being victim shamed for buying a
Yeah.
TV?"
Yeah,
And I don't. People say that all the time. I don't know
Dude.
why. Like why we can't. Why we got to change our life up? How about you just don't steal?
yeah. Or,
That's all we asking for.
yeah, just stop stealing.
But I'm the same way. I get like a new thing or like a replacement piece, and I get like the boxes with the name on the box. I don't throw that in the dumpster till like late at night.
I go reverse, guys. I throw a lot of like, I go to these weird stores and I buy really creepy bondage porn, and I leave that in my garbage can and boxes from Bullets, and I'm like, come on,
Yeah. They
see
like,
what's
yo,
gonna happen.
he just bought a 75-inch. Is them shotgun shells?
Yep, shotgun shells and a porn called Spit in It, and they're like, nah, man. They come in the house. I'm just sitting there in all leather,
Miguel bought
like,
the
yeah.
Miguel bought the
took
Huck
so long?
2.7.
Yeah.
Huck 2.7.
I'm there in a leather gimp suit, smoking a hookah like I'm the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland, blowing O's, and I'm like, looks like you came in the right house. You on the floor. You come here. And James just walks out in all his leather, and he's like, "You guys like paydays?"
Dude, like we were broke into payday kill a house. What's
Yeah.
this other dude?
Yeah. And I'm just eating the Milky Way. You've never heard of the Milky Way murderer? They're both going in your butts.
Yeah. Well, that being said, man, shout out to my son, man. It was so sweet, man. He got me too, bro. He hit me with. I was telling Miguel this the other day. He hit me with a fake story, Chris. Talking about, hey, daddy, I got high last night. I ordered something from Amazon. It's coming to your house at 12:30, so I got to be there. And of course, me being a stupid parent, I'm like, why would you do that? Now I got to be home at 12:30 because he's like, I don't want to be by the door, Dad. I got to be there. Can you please make sure you're there?
You ain't worried about the high part. The fact that he ordered something, you gotta be home.
He's 24. He can get high all he want. I'm not that parent. You're over 18. You don't live with me. You can do what you want to do. Just don't hurt nobody. That's all I care. I don't care. Just don't hurt. Don't do nothing bad to nobody. Marijuana, most people on weed don't hurt nobody.
Yeah, people sleep.
And he pulls up, Chris. He gets out the car. And he got the Xbox with him, bro. And you know me, you know I be crying about everything. So I start crying. So I started crying, and we had a little heart to heart. Cause me and Junior had this heart to heart, and I told Miguel about this last week about his childhood and how I raised him, and some stuff I could have did better, and and some apologies I let my son know, cause we were raised different. We was raised with the I'ma whoop your ass. I'ma bust your ass. I'll bust you upside the head, all kind of this and that. And I started off my parenting that way. When I met my wife, my wife was like, yo, because my wife grew up in a 2-parent home and they didn't talk like that.
Cocktails.
You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Family meetings.
I told Miguel this. I mean, my wife wanted to go get a drink. My wife said, we should go get a cocktail. I said, who the hell say that?
Yeah.
I was like, somebody in the 2-parent home. I said, we should go get a drink. You want to get another drink? Well, me and my son had a heart to heart, man, and he was so happy and so loving for it, man. And I appreciate it because it cost the grip, and I know how much he make. So I know I took that whole paycheck.
You took 2 paychecks.
I took that whole paycheck, Miguel. He like the lady from the last show. He can't do nothing this week.
Hey, let me ask you, man, real talk. You when you were older, you went to therapy, and you've gone to therapy throughout your life for different things, and you've had good results with certain therapists. When it was starting out, though, when you were in therapy, did you choose to go to therapy, or were people telling you to go to therapy and you did it?
My wife was like, look, man, she like, yo, you can't pop, because y'all see Ken.
Yeah.
She like, when I argue with somebody, Chris, you seen arguing Ken.
Yeah.
I pop off. Like, I go straight to 10.
Yeah.
So in every argument or every situation, I'm out of the like, yo, who ass got to get beat up? Or am I getting beat up? That's just how I was raised. It was like, it's fight or flight. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it for me, right? And so my wife was like, you know you can just talk. We could just talk. I ain't got to talk. We got to. She was like, but you ain't got to do all of that. I'm your girlfriend at the time. My wife, like, you ain't got to just sit down. And so after a few arguments, I'm like, this actually ain't that bad.
Yeah.
I want to argue some more. That's actually kind of cool.
Did you?
You win a couple of those. You be like, yeah, I can hang with this.
I chose violence. Did you when picking a therapist though? Like, Ken, how is that? How do you pick the person that you want to trust enough to tell this to?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this, Miguel. If you black, we looking for somebody black.
Yeah,
that's period. That's 100%. And the crazy thing is, in Orlando, it's hard to find.
You think in Orlando, or maybe there's not as many black.
I mean, it might be in the United States, but
I know DC and Atlanta is probably a dime.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah. You can go to, if you're in Atlanta, you can go to Dr. Umar.
Yeah, he's like, you've been hanging out with them snow bunnies, haven't you?
I
Yeah.
Talking
can't.
to you,
I
Dwayne
can't.
Williams. You know?
Yeah. You can go to Dr. Umar, but yeah. So at first I went. So me and my wife, we
You
went to a
just drove
therapist.
around Eatonville looking for health centers.
Yeah, like, hey man, somebody help me, man. So we went faith based. So I
Okay.
went to a Christian therapist, right? And it was a black dude.
Yeah.
Shout out to Anthony. It was a black dude, and of course I'm in there, and I'm like, man, I ain't man, blah, 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 blah.
Tell me something,
Bruh.
Doc.
By the third, hey man, look here, dog. By that third
Antoine
session,
Fisher.
man, I'm in there crying, cause it's like you're talking about stuff that when you think about it, a lot of people, your trauma is who you are when you get older. And Miguel, me and you talked about this.
Yeah.
So my trauma was I'm at the time I'm 47. So at the time I'm 37 years old. I'm 5 years old at 37. Because
Yeah.
my trauma is my 5-year-old trauma when my mother dies, sends me to live with Ruthie Mae, but first day I move in, she's just so mean to me.
Wait a second.
And I just
Ruthie
moved
Mae?
in. Yeah.
She's always been so quiet.
Hey, look. Boy,
You talking about that
Yes,
Ruthie
she is.
Mae?
Yes, she is.
She's so quiet.
Yeah. So that was the trauma. So having to deal with that. And the only two things I didn't do, I did it for my son. I didn't do it for myself. I had to write a letter to my mom and to my daddy asking for, giving them some grace and, hey,
Yeah.
explaining some things. And I said no, because my mother and my father are not going to say they were wrong.
Right.
Oh, the old people, they're not going to say they're wrong. They're just not. I gave that grace to Junior. I said, you deserve for us to sit down. And then I was like, well, please tell me. I wasn't like all bad. He says, no, Dad, you're fun. He said, but it was those moments that the bad stuff stays in your head.
Yeah.
The yelling at that
Yeah.
stays. He says, no, Dad. He says, man, 98% of it was amazing. He said, but that 2% hurt.
Yeah.
And that was therapy, bro. For me,
That's
that was
what's
therapy
up.
for me, man. Have you guys been to therapy?
No, man, I haven't, and I wonder about and it's not that I wonder about therapy, like, is it working out? I wonder on the selection process for people when they're like, how do you pick a therapist? Because I've heard great stories from therapists. I've heard every now and then too. We all know somebody, I think, that we've met in our lives, and they're telling you about their therapy, and you're like, dog, you ain't doing nothing about it. You're just talking to somebody. Like I've met people that are taking their therapy and using it and trying to better themselves. And I know other people that have, just gone to therapy to talk and have an outlet to talk. And that feels helpful to them. But I feel like if you're not going to a therapist who you respect their advice and you're not taking it to try to change, it's like me going to a doctor and he's like, hey man, you gotta do something about that blood pressure. And I'm like, hey man, you gotta do something about that mouth because you shutting up right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, if you ask my wife will tell you it worked for me.
Yeah.
She'll tell you, like, I actually would sit and conversate. I wouldn't go straight to 10. I would sit and listen. Now it took some time because this is learned behavior I've had. Because when I'm 8 of 11 kids.
Yeah.
We fighting every day, bro.
Yeah, you fighting for resources.
Yeah.
You fighting for resources.
And then I grew up in the projects.
Fighting to be heard.
Hey,
Yeah.
I grew up in the projects, which shocks people when I tell them.
Yeah.
Can you grow up poor? Yes. I grew up in the projects, 8 of 11 kids. We were fighting our friends. Now, mind you, three hours later, we back out hooping and hanging out again.
Yeah.
But we were beating each other up like we were sworn enemies. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Yeah, therapy worked for me, man. But we got to hit a commercial break. But I had to show love to Junior, man. I had to show love to my son.
That's what's up.
It was dope what he did, man. And don't listen to Chris. I played with that Xbox for more than 5 minutes. I played with it for 7. But we got to take a commercial break. We'll be right back. Real Last Real Radio 104.1. Back, Real Last Real Radio 104.1, your nightcap of comedy. I'm Ken Miller in the big chair tonight. Make sure you go out and follow us on all the social media platforms. Real Last Radio, Real Last, everything out there. Man, check us out, man. And also, you can follow us in podcast format. If you go to iHeart, search Real Last, you can listen to us, man. 8 years of shows, over 1,000 episodes, man. Join the virtual studio with Miguel Colon Jr., Chris Alexander. So, Miguel, I had something to talk about, but I'm gonna probably say this for when the whole crew is here. But I'm gonna talk about this. So I've been in my job for a year now, right?
Yeah.
I've hit a year, and I'm the under the radar dude. I don't know if you were ever under radar. I wasn't in the military, but in my later years of working, I was the under radar dude because I didn't want to be the guy that like, hey, Ken can do it.
Yeah.
I got dog. For a whole year at this job, I done flew under the radar, and the radar got me, dog.
What happened?
Bro, they be asking me to do stuff.
Oh no!
And you did it correctly?
Doing stuff at work.
Yo, and the crazy thing is, because now I know how to do it, and now I'm like, hey, I'm one of the go-to guys, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Have you ever had a job, Miguel, where you were the go-to guy?
Yeah. What happened was, especially when I was like bartending and stuff like that, I was. I don't. I don't want to sit around and complain. I'm not like Johnny. Well, the company said to do it, but I get like, hey man, sometimes we got to grind. So I was the one that we used to say over. They used to always say too. I was the one you go to for the war crimes when they're like, listen, we got to do this, and this is off the radar kind of bad. And I'm like, I'm listening because I think I'm not working next Monday. Let's do this. But I do believe this. You owe your job what you promised them, and you don't owe them anymore. But you owe the people you work with what they give back to you. So when you work at a place, you owe the job what you promised. That's it. You 9 to 5, this. But if you got bosses that are always helping you out, doing you solid, you got people around you always doing you solids, then you owe back. And I never made myself too available, and I was quick to be like, hey, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like if they were like, no, we need everybody to no, I'm not gonna do that. Like whenever they'd be like, hey, we all gotta come in for a meeting tomorrow, I'm like, nah, you're not gonna tell me tonight. We're gonna come in for a meeting. But when I'm there, if you're like, bro, I need help, I need this, then yeah.
I could dig that.
All right, Chris, were you ever? I don't even know. I want to ask this dude. He ain't had Chris
Ajax.
Had a job since I know.
Ajax, listen.
Ajax
Yeah,
ain't had a
see-
job. Ajax ain't
well-
had a job since I known him.
Hey, when I first started comedy, I was a CNA. It was my first
Oh yeah,
2
that's
years.
right. That's right. Chris was. That's right. That is correct. I apologize, Christopher.
Were you a good CNA, Chris?
I was the best. I just didn't like the business aspect of it.
Yeah, I can understand that.
They
You like helping people, not the
Yeah.
politics.
Exactly. When it's like, yo, like I worked at this one place, I ain't gonna say the name of it, but it was like our patients, we don't call them patients, we call them residents. Yeah, it's like, okay.
How long they staying here?
Exactly.
I'm trying to turn
So
them
it
out.
was like, yeah.
and then we had I had one place where it went under new management, and the management was like, they put this piece of paper on the cabinet door, and like every time you go to the clean the restroom, you have to sign the paper. I'm like, this is not a 7-Eleven. Why I gotta like sign my name?
Teddy Vermont clean this
Yeah,
turd
dog.
bucket.
You should have signed all your aliases, bro.
Yeah.
You should have signed. They were like, who the hell?
Ajax,
Is Teddy Vermont.
Teddy
Who is
Vermont.
Ajax?
Hey, just cut your
Alex.
hand. Cut your hand and put your blood spot on it. Clean.
Ugh,
The resident's coding. I'm cleaning the bathroom. You got picked.
ugh.
I understand them being residents, though. That's not a bad name.
I don't know. I just
It wasn't like a nursing home, right?
yeah, it was like a nursing home.
Okay, they're a resident. They live there, bro.
Mm-mm.
But patient take their ass home.
yeah.
A resident dying there, bro.
Call them the dying ones.
Oh, okay, wait. It wasn't a nursing home, but yeah, but it was,
Hey.
I was doing home care.
Hey, Miguel, a resident.
Oh,
gotta
there wasn't the
change that.
residents. There was the homeowner.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the homeowner. Yeah, they're the resident. They live there, bro. They gotta
Yeah.
change the dishwasher. They gotta change the garbage disposal. Like,
Hey,
what-
you were
what are
signing
talking
people's
about?
bathrooms at their house? Got your bathroom clean. Teddy Vermont.
Hey,
I did a
I'm
lot.
telling
I did a lot in the CNA thing. I worked at the hospital, did the home care, did nursing home. So yeah.
Hey, Miguel, that's another thing about Chris. He ain't never gonna tell you the full right story.
Mm-mm.
He gonna tell you the story that's all off, and you gotta beat that story out of him. So he said it's a nursing home. Then he was like, all right, it was somebody's house. Like that's Chris, bro. That is
He's like-
Chris, B.
They took me out of the nursing
But you know what I
home.
was getting at. You know what I was getting
Yeah.
at. So,
They let me go from the nursing home because I one of the ladies, she got the wrong pills. I'm like, you gave the lady the wrong pills. She wasn't supposed to get pills.
Okay, first off, I would never
Bro.
assign to give pills away. I never
Oh.
did pills.
Dude,
Yeah.
that is.
I mean, I
crazy,
gave them
bro.
the cup, but I never gave them the pills.
Hey,
You
do
been
these
like,
or don't,
hey,
man.
hey, you been like, hey, Chris, we got a show, blah blah blah. Hey, man, Chris, hey, can't. So the show where? The show this time? What time? All right, Chris be 15 minutes late. Oh, but you didn't tell me. I'm like, dog, what?
Hey, time out. I'm never 15 minutes late.
Whatever, bro.
I'll be there on
20?
time. No.
20.
That thing
That's
says
Chris right there.
8 o'clock.
Chris
I
is
pull up
not.
at
Chris
8.
Chris will always tell you the weird story, bro. And then when you finally beat it out of him, dog, yeah, the whole truth. Like I can tell, Chris was a lying ass kid, bro.
Hey, mom,
just a
somebody
fibber.
peed my bed. I'm crazy, right?
Damn.
You think it was one of the residents?
So I'm the bedwetter now. I'm the
Yo.
okay.
No, obviously not. Somebody did it, Chris.
Yeah,
I'm sticking
somebody
with your
else did it.
story.
Chris, it wasn't you, just lying ass.
Hey, the dude who peed my bed, he might have dookied my drawers too. I don't know what his MO was. But I put him in the
Oh,
hamper,
man.
so it's cool.
Oh, if you listening, man, we got Chris Alexander Kid. Chris was in Jacksonville. Chris, how was the show this weekend, bro? I ain't even asked you.
It was good. It was good.
Chris, I'm gonna ask, man, because I saw like some stuff. Was it a hood ass show?
You see what I'm saying?
I just
It was pretty hood. It was pretty
and
hood.
guys, when I say I saw some
But it was a
stuff,
good.
I mean I saw
it was
the
a good
flyer.
hood.
Yeah.
It was a good hood. It wasn't like ratchet,
Yeah.
but it had its elements.
The flyer Chris was on had it looked like a No Limit album from 2000, from like 1996. Two pit bulls, glowing eyes, and a tank behind them.
No, it was more
Hey,
Cash Money because
Hey, with
No
Mercedes.
Limit had the
Hey, what was her
flames.
name? Mercedes. Remember
Mercedes.
cover?
Booty just bent over.
Like
Ah.
it has nothing to do with comedy, bro.
Mhm.
But this is what I'm saying, Chris. We're trying to give you an opportunity to talk and tell about the show. Chris, how was the show? Man, it was good.
It's all right, man.
It was all
It's
right.
all right.
It was straight. It was straight. It was straight.
Well, I mean-
Now shut up. Too late now.
I'll tell you about the show.
Yeah.
I'll
You
tell you,
wasn't there.
somebody
You
humped the
wasn't there,
stool.
Miguel.
There was some dude named Dookie
No,
the comic.
nobody humped the stool.
You know, they were charging $35 for tickets.
Yeah.
You know, them hood ass shows step the price up. You
Dog,
you
they
will do a show
Yeah.
at a like a private resort somewhere, and they're like, we're only charging $5 a ticket. We want everybody to have a good time. You will do a show in a hood ass spot where the security dude is just a dude who owns a vest. You ever see that? He got slides on and some basketball shorts. He's just tall and owns a bulletproof vest.
Yeah. Got a little
Bunch of
muscle.
tickets, $45 a ticket.
He got the shoulders. That's it.
Gumbo
But
cook
I
off.
tell you this though, they gonna pay you.
They gonna pay you. You get
Hey,
paid at a
hey,
hood
hey.
ass show.
Hey.
They gonna pay you, bro. The most money besides a private or corporate get I got was from a hood show, bro. I did a show.
Hood
I've told this story before, and with Rest in Peace with Genesis, and we were in Sanford. It was Valentine's Day. I never forget, bro. It probably 10, 12 years ago. And it's hood. We get there, bro. They frying chicken in the back, like regular fried chicken. I'm talking about the wing. Not chicken pieces, the wing folded, bro. The folded wings.
the little triangle
the whole
piece.
wings. They was cooking whole wings in the back in cast iron skillets, bro. I'm not making this up. Hood. We get there, bro. Ain't nobody. That's 8 o'clock. 8:30, nobody. 8:45, nobody. And Buddy gave us half our money. So I'm like, we leave. It is what
Yeah.
it is. We go to the back to see we gonna do the show, bro. We walk back out. I swear to Lord, it was 120 people in there. I don't know where the hell. When they in the parking lot, I don't know where these people was at, bro. It wasn't no stage. It was just the dance floor. I went up there and destroyed, bro. And I'm nervous because them shows.
Yeah,
make
you
me
don't
nervous.
know.
But because you just don't know. I destroyed, bro. Genesis went up there. God rest his soul. Genesis is up there bombing, bro.
And it's a long, slow bomb with Genesis.
Oh, it was a long, slow bomb, bro. Genesis bombs so bad. I get Genesis off stage. I had to go up. He says, "Hey man, can you do a little bit more? I go do 10 more minutes." Now mind you, I did 10 more minutes, and then like a street joke, and get killed.
Yeah.
Buddy brought me in the back to pay me the rest of my money, and it was like I was only doing 20 minutes. It's $500. Brought me in the back. Buddy gave me $750. He gave me an extra $250 for the end, man. He said, "Man, dog, hey, if I need a comic, I'ma call you." And I gave him James John phone number.
I got my money.
Don't
Hey, I
I,
did a hood ass show, and I was the feature. And I got to disparage the headliner, but the headliner ate it. And when I went to the back to go get the money, because the headliner didn't want to go see the promoter, when I went to the back to go get the money, the promoter had it in two envelopes, and he said, "Hey, man," he handed me. He says, "This one's yours." He goes, "And this is whoever you want to give it to."
Damn. Damn.
He's like, I was like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "Hey, man, whatever you want." He was like, "You were great, so whatever you want." And I was like,
bro, that's some dope dealing. Hey, look.
"Yeah,
Hey, whatever you want to do with this dog, you earn this, bro.
yeah."
You move them keys, whatever you
Let
want
it.
to do with it, dog.
Tell him he got. If he like, he's basically like, if you want to pocket that, and he come asking me where the money went, I'm gonna be
He
like,
said,
"I
I
don't
ain't
know."
mad at you.
Yeah, man. I was dope, man. I got to work with Tony Woods. Shout out to Tony Woods,
Tony
man.
Woods, man, what a
Dude,
beast.
just funny, like just conversationally funny, just hanging out funny. And after that, I got lucky because the headliner canceled their side splitters, so I popped over the side splitters and ended up doing the set over
I
there.
saw that post you put up. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
I got there late, and so they had changed everything around because I was coming from my show. So I ended up just doing 15 minutes, making a little gas money, man. But I was laughing, dude. Tony just Tony one of them comedians you can't tell if he in character or not.
yeah.
Like you don't
Like,
know if
yeah.
he joking, if it's him. Like you just don't know, bro. You just don't know, dog, if he in character or not, because he always on.
And
Like yeah,
he's, I mean, a lot. I think there's a lot of people who listening who may have like, oh, I think I've heard of him. You just don't know. In the comedy community, man, Tony Woods, man. I mean,
He's
he's one of the reasons we have Chappelle. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, he's incredible.
He's
yeah,
one of those unspoken legends.
Yeah.
That's
That's something I love about comedy business. We all know people that are killers that the world will never know, but everybody from the biggest comic to like road comics who've been in the game for a while, we know certain names. Tom Rhodes. You say Tom Rhodes' name to
yeah.
anybody who's been. You say Tom Rhodes' name to Tom Segura. He's like, oh, I know Rhodes. He's a killer.
And
Keith
and and
Robinson. That's another
Keith
Yep.
one.
Robinson. You say
Keith
Keith
Robinson.
Robinson. Everybody know Keith Robinson. Like what's buddy? Roy Wood.
Roy
You
Woods.
say Roy Wood Jr. Like everybody know. Like I would take fame, but I also want comedy fame. I want
Yeah.
people like, oh,
The
like
bet.
I feel like road comics know us. Now famous
Yeah.
comics may not know it, but I feel like if you're a road comic, you know other road comics.
Yeah.
Cause you know we know what we're going through. Oh, Ken Miller out of Orlando. Oh yeah, I love Ken. He's
It's
good.
it's like them old Wild West movies. Just drive in with your feature, and they're like, "What are those boys doing here?" You know, the old the old Crown Royal boys coming through. You gotta just stand in the middle of the street, hands up.
So
I'm just
you
doing the
practically calling
funky
Ken
monkey.
Billy the Kid?
Yeah,
Hey, say, hey, you not here to do a spot, are you?
no sir. Me
Nah,
and
man, I'm
Chris
just here to
Alexander
drink.
just passing through,
Just
and
passing through the
you
drink.
putting your hands slowly on the mic and just touching it a little bit.
Right.
They look down at your mic; it's got 16 notches in it. You know.
Yo, that is hilarious, man. So yeah, man, good, cool with you, Chris. Man, glad Jacksonville went well. Shout out to Spot Comedy in Clearwater, brand new club, man. We were the second show. So shout out to Carlos, man. I hope it works out for you, brother. It is a good venue,
Nice.
man. So hopefully, it'll keep going for you, man. But we got to take a commercial break. We got one of my homeboys popping on from the TJ Chapman show. TJ Chapman will be joining us for the last segment of Real Laughs. So make sure you tune in. We'll be right back. Real Laughs, Real Radio 104.1. What's up, family? You're tuned in to Real Laughs, Real Radio 104.1, your nightcap of comedy. We are back. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you go out and follow us on all the social medias just by searching Real Laughs. Go to YouTube, look up Real Laughs. All of our shows out there. You can see these beautiful ass faces. And also go to iHeart, search Real Laughs, and you listen to us in podcast format. 8 years, over 1,000 shows. James is out. Jeff is out. Join the Virtual Studio with Miguel Colon Jr. and Chris Alexander. And our special guest kicking in us with tonight from the TJ Chapman Show, Mr. TJ Chapman. Man, let me get your flyer up there. TJ Chapman Show that will be returning the fall of 2024. for. TJ, what's going on, my friend?
What's happening? What's happening, family? How y'all been, man? I ain't seen like y'all like 40 years now. My goodness.
Wow,
Yeah,
man.
I think maybe seen you somewhere smoking cigars. Oh,
Yeah.
I remember seeing you at the arena. We were upstairs. We were. It was right after another cigar event, and
Yup.
I may have saw you downtown. But that's just we're always in passing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're always in passing, but we appreciate you tuning in, man. The TJ Chapman Show, coming back in the fall. You took a break from the show. I've actually been on the show. You took a break from the show. I love being on the show. What caused you to take a break from the TJ Chapman Show?
So like everything in life, you gotta take a pause. You gotta take a pause, take a step back, reevaluate some things. And you also have to have a refresher. And the way the course of my life was during that time frame, I was always trying to be there for others instead of being there for myself. And a lot of people that mentor me really told me, like, hey, it's okay to say no. And then it thought about what Cat Williams said, it's okay to say no. So, and when it registered and I realized, like, you know what, it is okay to say no, because those who are going to be with you are still going to be with you, even though you may tell them no, they still going to rock it with you. So once I found that concept, I had to reevaluate a lot of things. And during that hiatus, I was able to understand my purpose in life. I was able to understand what I was destined to do. And even though no may be okay, but also at the same time, your purpose is to help others. Use your platform to help others elevate where others may see them as, okay, you know what? We don't want you. So that's what I understood. And I had to rebrand that and re-understand that and really understand who's in my corner when it comes down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah, see that's good for you because we don't help nobody real last. This about us.
Y'all just laugh at them.
Yeah, this is like when they asked ODB what he was going to do for the children on TRL. They were
Yeah.
like, ODB. They were like, what? Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, listen, guys.
That's
You
my
follow
favorite video
TJ
right
Chapman. You need help. You go to him, man. You trying to put in some work. You come to Real Laughs.
Yeah,
Pull
you
yourself
gonna
up.
be working. Yeah, we got you a job at Kenny's Groceries, bro. Always,
Yeah.
man.
As long
listening,
as y'all got some pickled eggs and pig feet in there, I'm good.
Oh, we got dog. We got an omelet station at Kenny's Groceries, bro.
Yeah.
You eat well, baby. You eat well, B. If you listen, we got TJ Chapman from the TJ Chapman Show. Took a hiatus, kind of like did you try to like rediscover something about yourself? Because people take a break to figure things out.
Yeah. And that's exactly what it was. It was trying to figure out, okay, not only how can I rebrand this, but how can I still be my authentic self and still help others, and at the same time not just have everybody on the show, because I think that's
not to cut you off. So that was your main purpose. Because when people go on the radio or TV, we going for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I got in the radio because I like to talk and make people laugh. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's the name of our show is Real Laughs.
Mhm.
So you came up with a TV show and a radio show and a talk show because you wanted to help people. That was the brand you wanted for your show.
yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yep. And then on top of that, just personally, I was dealing with a lot of personal issues as well. So they say when you're dealing with personal issues, you try to keep it, where it's at and keep it separated. But sometimes when it gets too deep, it starts to seep through on your sleeves, seep through your pores. So, and I was able to identify that and realize, oh, okay, yeah, I definitely need to take a step back, because a lot of people are like, you okay? I'm like, what you talking about? You can't see yourself? Well, I mean, I ain't got a mirror in front of me, so I don't know what I look like, but obviously they did. And so, I took that advice and really had to reevaluate. And so I was like, you know what, let me just go on a, hard hiatus. And when it's time, I know it's time. And,
TJ, let me ask you, man, when you were going through that, and now looking back on any of it, have you seen how it directly affected your art? Like, are you looking at it now and be like, oh, I could see what the others were seeing?
Absolutely was. And it was just mainly just like, it looks like you're trying to please everybody instead of doing things your way, you know. And when I thought about it, I thought about what Usher said. He likes to do things his way. The same
that ain't my
thing
baby.
Same thing with main man Bobby Brown. It's my prerogative. I can do what I want to do. I made this money, you didn't, right, Ted?
Yeah.
Anyway, so it came down to something like that. Yeah.
How do you balance, TJ? How do you
Go ahead,
balance?
go ahead, man.
Yeah, how do you balance doing what you know has to be done in the game as well as what you just want to do? And I guess to like the listeners, what I'm saying is like we're on a radio show. There's tons of things that I'd love to say sometimes. You're like, hey, that ain't gonna fly. You don't have the time for it. You don't have the
Yeah.
platform for it. So how do you pick the balance between this is something I'm gonna do that may push the envelope or be just something I want to do versus this is something I know my audience, because I think part of us, we know we owe our audience our authenticity. We also owe them
Yep.
a good time. So how
Right.
do you balance that in like your art?
So one of my mentors that had the opportunity to work with him, you know, the final 2 years of his family reunion. Most of you guys probably know Tom Joyner, and he had his family reunion. In the last 2 years that I worked with him in 2018 and 2019, one of the conversations I had was, how do you balance it? I mean, how you done it for so many years? You know, separating personal and making sure the fans still get what they want. And the one thing that stuck out to me was you got to be able to be yourself, understand you can't please everybody, but understand that the majority of people that's going to rock with you, they are going to stick by you. So be yourself, but also understand that you also have an entertainment gift to make sure that people stay entertained, but you do it in a way that you can do both and not, how would you say it? How you told me, when you balance it, that's what balance is. You got to have a little of this, you got to have a little of that. And
Yo,
you can,
what's crazy
Yeah.
about that, TJ, is, man, is like you were saying, you're going through some personal stuff and you didn't want to bring it to the forefront of the show. We're different. All our personal is on stage. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
yeah,
saying? It's so funny when you talk to somebody who is in the comic and they're like, man, I was going through some stuff, so I had to take a step back. Well, when we're going through some stuff,
We're
I
going
gotta
straight
go
forward.
write something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I go straight forward, man. So I like that, man. So how long have you been out of the studio? And are you like planning on going back to the studio?
oh, absolutely. So I did it the springtime of May last year. So it's been a full year. I originally thought, no, I'm gonna just do it for like 3-6 months, whatever. And then I felt that I still wasn't ready. I still wasn't there, still dealing with personal issues. And it's kind of like, I'm not gonna put a timetable on it. Let me handle what I need to handle. And when the time is right, God's gonna tell me, hey, you need to go ahead and get back out there. And just recently, within the last 2 months or so, it's like, yeah, I can finally see it. I weathered through that storm, and now I can start seeing the sunshine. Let's get back into the studio and let's get this thing popping.
Nice, man. You guys listen, we got TJ Chapman. TJ Chapman is on the show. The TJ Chapman Show returning fall 2024. We got about 5 minutes, man. Is TV and radio what you always wanted to do?
Yeah, absolutely. And it was one of the things that kind of like was brought up to me. Hint, remember my last name's Chapman, and the nickname is Chat. So it's like, oh, boy,
So
you
you
always
just be
like, boy,
talking.
you always like to talk a lot.
You
Yeah,
hear
I
that,
do.
Chris? You hear that, Chris? Most people in the
Yeah.
entertainment business like to talk.
Hey, Miguel, we should have
Hey.
had TJ on instead of Chris.
Yeah.
Gee.
Chris, old
I'm
quiet.
still
ass.
here.
Chris, you talking too much.
Oh, now I'm talking too much.
Yeah,
Okay.
TJ,
Okay.
we can't get Chris to talk. I bring Chris on. Our other two hosts are out. I bring Chris on. We're like, Chris, so how was the show? Good.
That's
That's it, bro. That's how we get.
Come on,
You
man.
like Chris?
Here, bro.
Chris,
gotta
where was the venue? In
You
the
gotta
middle of
say-
the Grand Canyon.
Hey. Okay.
You know
Never
what?
mind. Never mind.
Yeah, see, go ahead now.
Nah,
You got
it's
the
too
flow.
late. TJ, nah, this show segment. The hell with Chris. He should have been talking. So, TJ, other thing is,
Damn.
you bringing your show back,
Yes.
but you also got a spinoff. You said it's called The Black Couch Chronicles. So,
Yes.
who y'all know coming soon? Who y'all know got a show and a spinoff at the same? The spinoff supposed to be somebody else's. You doing both shows?
He's doing all 3 books of power.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Indeed.
Thank you, Chris. Finally.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, Chris, take the rest of the night off. You killed
Yeah,
it.
you done.
All right.
So
I'll
you
go.
got the TJ Chapman Show going on. You got the Black Couch Chronicles, your spinoff. You being greedy. You're taking up both. Talk about that and how we can this show and how we can watch the first episode, brother.
All right. So with the Black Couch Chronicles, it was something during my hiatus that was brought to my attention as well. You use the TJ Chapman Show to highlight individuals' accolades, their brand and what they got going on for themselves. But because we're short on time, we can't talk about the individual themselves, how they got there. Let's just have a conversation. Let's just sit down and just talk. And so, I created Black Couch Chronicles, where we can just have a conversation and just talk about life, talk about how you got here. And it kind of reminds me, like, this was before, Shannon Sharp came out with, Shade Talk, whatever it's called. But it's in a similar fashion of just two people having a conversation. If they sip, they sip on some
Hey,
lick.
bro, I'm about to say what we having. Hey, what we having, dog?
Hey. But if they drink sparkling water, they can drink sparkling water, Kool-Aid, but it don't matter. But we're gonna sit down, we're gonna have this conversation, and really just have a unfiltered, unparalleled conversation about just life. Let's just talk about just you and I. So that's going to
so
help
this show is more adult than the TJ Chapman. Like, you're going to be more in depth with this show.
Yes, absolutely.
Cool. I can't wait. I can't wait, man. I'm on. Just let me know.
Listen, I you ain't but a phone call away, AC mechanic.
Hey, man. Hey, dog, I had to fix the AC at the house today, man. Hey, I'm like drink champs. Once you get a couple in me, I'm like, so in 90, I was fighting. So I got into this fight with Pac, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm at Quad Studio. You like, kid, what? You was like 7.
Yeah. I had speed on Pac.
Indeed.
If you listen, man, we got TJ Chapman, man. Let me throw your stuff up again. The TJ Chapman Show returning fall 2024.
Yes,
and
sir.
Also Black Couch Chronicles with TJ Chapman coming soon, man. TJ, we got a minute and a half left. We appreciate you kicking it with us, man. Tell the people out there where they can follow you at, my brother.
Listen, you can guys follow me on all social media platforms except for Christian Domingo and Black Planet. I don't know if they still got that, but you can follow me.
Dog, what was your Black Planet name, bro? Come on.
I can I say it over the air?
If it's got cuss words in it, yeah.
No, it ain't no cuss word. It was Anaconda _10.
Hey, bro, that whole Black Couch thing, a whole new show now, isn't it? Black Couch Chronicles start.
And that's where you'll be able to like hear unfiltered stuff like this. Like, hey, how you get the name Anaconda? And then we can, kind of like. But anyway,
We're telling the other social medias. God,
so the other one, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the TJ Chapman Show, and even on IG, the TJ Chapman Show. And hey, I'm excited to be back. It's been a long time since I left here with a dope rhyme to beat to, miss to, whatever the lyrics go. But yeah, I'm back. Welcome,
man. I was boring. I was Carolina Ken, bro. I had a whack Black Planet name.
Carolina Ken. See, that wasn't gonna get you no play. That you had to put some out there that's gonna attract the ladies, because that's what I want to do back in the day.
Man, God,
mine was Earthworm 5.
Earthworm. It was like, does he really have an earthworm?
Hey, Miguel, Chris was just silence.
Silence 1, 2, 3.
Teddy
Dark
Valentino.
sleep.
Shh.
Dark sleep.
Oh,
we gotta get up out of here. TJ, kick it with it for real sec, man, so I get some more from you. Miguel, where you at this weekend, brother?
Nowhere this week. I'm gonna be at DC with the family.
All right, bet. Christopher, tell them where you gonna be at this weekend.
I'll be in the Valerie at the Everness, Florida. That's gonna be dope. It's gonna be a dope show with Mary Allen and Adam Snare. Hey, that was more than last night. That was more than the last show.
Dude, bro. And also, don't forget, guys, we got TJ Chapman from the TJ Chapman Show returning fall of 2024. And we also got TJ Chapman, Black Couch Chronicles with TJ Chapman, which is going to be the spin-off, man. TJ, my brother, thank you so much, man. Sorry it took me so long to get back to you, man, but we had some way more famous people to bring on before you.
Hey, listen, I'm going to be right there.
Big dog. Hey, brother, I love you, man. I appreciate you being with us, man. Hey, man, I'm Ken Miller. That's TJ Chapman, Chris Alexander, Miguel Colon Jr. Miguel, tell them what to do.
Take your ass to bed.
Good night. And y'all have a good weekend, man.
Yes, sir.